I can't believe my eyes as I'm rewatching this. My goal was moving like Celtic Shark during early Naruto. Just straight up washed.
You got a nice little ass, nigga. Give me your ass, nigga.
They were owing his ass so bad that they even got him in a classic anime backshot position. But it gets even worse. Bro is then rendered useless due to getting caught in the water prison jutsu. Nigga said, "This is what you get for being in all these years instead of training, you colonizer." So, Team 7 finally got tired of completing D-rank missions, which consisted of them chasing after cats and doing chores for chump change. I mean, my guy didn't get his headband to continue drinking expired milk that hasn't blown up the toilet like he's on that sweetie diet. So naturally, my boy starts to complain to this deadbeat to incite him to a mission with greater urgency. And since that boy is itching to become a child soldier, he reasons like, "You're a bold whippersnapper. What was your name again, little one? Billy? Boruto? My name's Naruto." "Oh, okay, Billy, since there is such a hurry to die, I will give you what you want. I'm gonna assign your ass to a C-rank mission." The mission consists of them being bodyguards to a man named Tazuna, a veteran bridge builder, who immediately shows up with a Henny bottle on demon time, looking like Kanye at the Onan VMAs. So to no surprise, Ong starts immediately roasting Naruto, calling him chop and a midget, and that he'd rather have Hornswoggle guarding him, triggering his short man syndrome. But bro decided to choose peace and lock back in, as he heads out with his squad to the land of waves, where the national anthem is probably something like this. In addition, looking at every citizen's head would probably make you seasick. As the squad are making their way to the destination, Kakashi's spidey senses start to tingle as he notices a pond, even though it hasn't rained in a while. And as they continue walking, two demonic ass people standing back to back emerge out of it. And my, all I have to say is, look at the fucking drip, absolutely mugging the main characters. Anyways, one of them launches his partner like a missile with a massive chain attached to him directly at Kakashi and shreds his body to bits right in front of his newbie squad. Naruto, in complete and utter shock, freezes like his wife got cut off mid-battle. And I just know bro was thinking that he should have stuck with them D-rank missions, cause this shit ain't worth some drinkable milk for real. And right when they're about to send this nigga to where his parents are at, the OG aura farmer leaps off the ground, showing off his Uchiga vert, looking like he's about to hit the meanest dunk. Bro throws a shuriken at their chain, which sticks it to the tree, leaving them stuck, then hits him with a chin reduction surgery, had him looking like Leafy as hair under the mask. So instead, they detach from the chain and head straight towards Tazuna. And this next scene is gonna blow your minds due to the sheer rarity of this phenomenon. Only comparable to when Youngboy drops music that doesn't have me covering my ears like this. I'm of course talking about none other than Sakura being useful.
Stop the cap.
I know guys, sounds like a bunch of bullshit, dog shit, the shit that's on KD's dome, all kinds of shit, you name it. But look for yourself as Sakura leaps in front of Tazuna to guard him, knowing damn well her ass would have got sent to the Shadow Realm, displaying the act of courage unlike Naruto, who was too busy doing the mannequin challenge. Nonetheless, the second aura form of the group spawns there, putting both of these scrubs in a chokehold, whilst nonchalantly greeting his squad as if their own experienced asses just didn't see you get butchered to bits. Then Sasuke has the audacity to call him a show-off, as if he ain't your evil twin. Ain't this you, bro? It's like when an ugly nigga calls someone ugly. Just straight up friendly fire, man. Anyways, the rank of the mission has increased due to Tazuna being targeted by actual shinobi. Sasuke calls Naruto a biatch, Kakashi calls Naruto a biatch, and Sakura is more useful than him. At this point, this is just a humiliation ritual. Just hang up the weapons, bro, and go on ahead and pick up an apron so you can put my Ichiraku ramen in a bag to go, man. So the squad contemplate going back to the village to treat Naruto, who was poisoned by these bums. Then the nigga stabs his wound to get the poison out to continue with the mission. And I'm convinced bro was trying to hand a baker himself right then and there from the humiliation, but was too much of an idiot to know where a vital spot was located. The mission continues, and this raging alcoholic comes clean about lying about the difficulty of the mission, talking about how his whole country is too broke to request a mission of a high difficulty. If I was in Team 7, I would have shouted out, "That nigga is guilty," before jumping his ass and having him look like Martin. And about your country's economic crisis, I just had a brain blast, allowing my superior intellect to come up with a genius solution to your country's economic crisis. How about you all just get some jobs? And to all you unemployed niggas, I apologize for absolutely not giving a fuck. Yeah, I said a J slur, and what you gonna do about it, cuh? Then Ankh proceeds to drop some new law. Pretty much there's this dude named Gato, who's the chief executive of a shipping company and happens to be one of the richest men in the world. However, under that businessman facade, he's a gabagool eating mafia boss who had just taken over the island country of the Land of Waves with the help of his influence and the ninja he has on payroll. One of them being none other than the demon of the mist himself, Zabuza Momochi. He is instructed to kill Tazuna to prevent him from constructing the bridge so that Gato can maintain control of the island's economy. The gang officially arrive at the island, and immediately Kakashi senses real danger lurking around this time. Suddenly, Guts' dragon slave comes flying through the sky, nearly beheading all of them simultaneously before perfectly sticking to the tree just so that he can land on the hilt like a smooth criminal. Now talk about a pull-up game. Just straight aura farming. And you're not slick, bro. I see you stealing Piccolo's whole flow, bar for bar. But real quick, I have to get on this nigga's ass for that abomination of a fit. In other words, I'm going to shit on you. His cow print sandal boots, whack. His pants, whack. The fact that his shirt is with cow print sleeves looking like he just came out from a generation of freak off, hella whack. The mask with the headband tilted to the side looking like T.I. as a ninja. I'm not gonna lie. He got that shit on. I can't even hate on that. I would even say he makes up for the trash that he got on below the neck. Kakashi is shook, but you know damn well he don't duck no fades, so he proceeds to whip out the Sharingan, immediately placing him under his genjutsu called Glaze on Sight. And whilst this nigga is sucking the skin of Kakashi's meat clean, Sasuke is wondering how he's acquired a Sharingan. Since you insist on gaining an answer, he stole that shit of a younger jigger boy named Obito. I mean, look at the color of his hair and tell me you don't find that the least bit suspicious. Anyways, the three leaders gather information to protect Tazuna whilst Kakashi and Zabuza begin their squabble. Zabuza then leaps onto the water and activates the hidden mist jutsu, completely erasing his presence under that thick mist. And I cannot begin to express how much this motherfucker's nickname suits him. Cause bro is rambling to himself about how he's going to go about killing them. Imagine being able to hear that shit but not being able to see him. Even made my nigga Sasuke ruin his new pair of white shorts. Then this cool ass nigga's like, don't worry, I got this. Lying for no apparent reason, cause within a fraction of a second, this cow print wearing menace falls right in the middle of the formation. Kakashi, quick on his feet, leaps towards this nigga and stabs him right in his stomach with a kunai. But since no one in the history of Naruto dies from that shit, it turns out to be a water clone. But jokes on this menace, cause when he thought he had Kakashi checkmated, bro showed him why they called him the colonizer of 1,000 jutsu. Cause bro proceeds to hit him with the exact same use and places the kunai to his neck. It's over. Checkmate. However, Zabuza was a step ahead the whole time, then tries to cut his water off, but Kakashi ducks. Only for Zabuza to display some elite battle IQ by using his blade to leverage into a spinning backkick, sending Kakashi flying into the sky. Then proceeds to Usain Bolt towards him like when Fly chases for a rebound the second the ball leaves his fingertip. I can't believe my eyes as I'm rewatching this. My goal was moving like Celtic Shark during early Naruto. Just straight up washed.
You got a nice little ass, nigga. Give me your ass, nigga.
They were owing his ass so bad that they even got him in a classic anime backshot position. But it gets even worse. Bro is then rendered useless due to getting caught in the water prison jutsu. Nigga said, this is what you get for being in all these years instead of training, you colonizer. He then creates another clone to handle the kids due to the real body being busy keeping Kakashi in prison. And his evil twin kicked Naruto so hard that his headband came flying off. And I'm not gonna lie, that shit had me rolling for real. Cause in all 720 episodes of the show, I have never seen something like this happen before. If that ain't cute for you guys to leave this lying piece of shit behind, then I don't know what is for real. But for Sasuke, that just doesn't seem to be a feasible option for them, seeing as this demon would eventually catch up to them and slay their asses. So the goal at this moment is to rescue Kakashi by getting Zabuza to release his hand from the prison, which would undo the jutsu. Then the Uchiha boy proceeds to bowl towards the actual Zabuza, throwing kunais and shurikens in an attempt to create a diversion. But it turns out to be useless, as his ass ends up getting chokeslammed. And whilst all that was happening, Naruto was yet again dropping logs in his pants. Bro's life was flashing before his eyes, regretting this child soldier lifestyle. But it isn't until he's reminded by his earlier humiliation and the promise he made to himself. And like every classic anime MC flashback, Bro gains some cojones and locks in. Now I don't know what the fuck could possibly go through his mind, but he charges towards his menace just to get the Sonic Ring smacked out of him. But it isn't until we find out that his intention was to retrieve his headband, a symbol of his shinobi status. Finally, the first affordable moment for Naruto so far. Then bro starts talking shit, talking about, you better remember this face, cause I'ma become Hokage someday.
Shut your lame ass up, nigga.
I can't believe this was the same kid that was shaking in his speech just a few moments ago, and now he's talking strategy with Sasuke, and even low-key rizzing up Sakura with his words. However, this demon starts letting out the stereotypical villain laugh before providing a quick lore drop of his youth as a child soldier. Oh, you leave ninja kids must think this shit is a game, huh? Y'all must not know I was the only one from my class to graduate. Is it cause you wore a helmet to school? Wrong answer. Ugly nigga with the whiskers. In order to earn my stamp as a child soldier, I actually sent all 100 of my classmates to a Michael Jackson concert. Oh hell no! This man has got retortion and is a demon? We gotta get the fuck out of here, man! But before they even get the opportunity to think about running, Zabuza hits Sasuke with an elbow, sending his ass flying. And he doesn't just stop there. The motherfucker then proceeds to hit him with an elbow drop to the chest, had bro coughing out blood like he just called the Magic Johnson. Then to top it off, he steps on the same exact area he just elbowed. Yeah, ref, you can't tell me that one there wasn't a flagrant foul. Let me find out Tobirama's racist influence spread way past the borders. This shit aggravates Naruto, and bro pulls out their Shadow Clone Jutsu, charging straight ahead at Zabuza with a bunch of kunais. Then Zabuza proceeds to overpower the clones, sending Naruto sliding across the battlefield, leaving him to resort to the strategy that he suggested to Sasuke, which involves a roided up shuriken, judging by the size of that thing. Sasuke proceeds to throw that shuriken towards the real body, only for him to catch it. But what he doesn't know is that Sasuke threw another one at his blind spot, only for him to jump over it. However, as it turns out, Naruto was transformed as a shuriken and only used the Shadow Clones earlier to hide his real intention all along, which was to transform his real self into the Demon Wind Shuriken and left a single clone to throw the shuriken to Sasuke. Whole time I'm thinking bro has Beetlejuice dancing in his brain just for him to be a secret genius. And even though I've watched the show before, I apologize for my outburst from early on, bro. I was not familiar with your game. Anyways, bro throws a kunai at him, forcing his Carprin wearing freak to dodge. Also, the kunai took out the other clone in the process. Yo, this nigga Naruto made a 3-1 comeback, bro. He went from dropping logs in his pants to being the MVP of the arc so far. But Zabuza is humiliated. He's seeing red, ready to chop his ass up. However, my goal is free, and he's even more heated than Zabuza. He was watching his squad about to get murked, triggering his PTSD. He even hit him with a Konkozaki stare down. My guy, this is the wrong anime to be doing all of that. I mean, do you see a 10-foot motherfucker with the craziest build in this show? Brother, nah. Get that shit out of here, bro. Both of these niggas gather some distance, and bro starts mirroring Zabuza's signs and hits him with the Water Dragon Jutsu at the exact same time. He really stole that shit right then and there. Not only was bro perfectly mirroring his moves, since he has such a deep bag of jutsus, bro could predict what jutsu he was about to perform with the help of his stolen artifact. Even putting him in a genjutsu, making bro think he's going loco. Right before hitting him with the giant vortex jutsu, putting straight spell to his ass. Right before Kakashi can get the satisfaction of killing this nigga, some mysterious ass kid in the mask steals the opportunity from the colonizer himself, standing on the tree, just straight aura farming and staring everyone down. This kid is allegedly a tracking ninja from the mist, someone who tracks down and erases rogue ninjas from their existence to prevent intel leak. Kakashi is already knowing that this little dude ain't to be messed with. Meanwhile, Naruto is yet again humiliated. Bro cannot grasp the fact that someone so strong who violated all of them just got packed up by his age mate. And to that I say, that's tough, nephew. He definitely ain't gonna have a training out coming up to get his XP up. The gang are about to make their way to Tazuna's crib to recharge, and just when I thought my goat couldn't go out any worse, he passes out from overusing the Sharingan, leaving him bedridden for an entire week. However, Kakashi starts to piece 2 and 2 together and concludes that the tracking ninja actually saved Zabuza due to his choice of weapon having a low ability to kill, and also went through the unnecessary means of carrying him away. Turns out my goat was right, cause Zabuza comes back from the dead like the Undertaker, and as it turns out, this fanboy is his partner in crime. Their dynamic being a bit questionable, cause why is bro or sis or whatever this thing is talking about how he didn't want to hurt his immaculate body? His words, not mine. And Zabuza talking about how he likes this kid's innocence. I already knew bro was a freaky ass nigga, but I didn't know you were into kids. You can't fuck that little ass dog. But it also turns out Zabuza can't move for a week as well, so you already know what time it is. It's time to bleed. aka a grueling training arc consisting of climbing up trees like they're some kind of monkeys. Yet again raising my suspicion on this colonizer. Meanwhile, this gremlin is violating Zabuza, putting him on fraud watch, telling him to remove the demon out of his name, even reaching for a pimp slap just for Femboy to intervene and break his arm. Bodyguards, get this crazy bitch off me! How many times do I have to tell you that I'm a nigga? Gremlin gives Zabuza one last chance to exterminate Tazuna, or else he's gonna stop giving him shelter, leaving him vulnerable to the tracking ninjas. Fast forward, whilst Naruto and Sasuke are struggling, Sakura has been tasked with being the bodyguard to Tazuna for the day. Then this dude scared out of his mind comes talking about, man, we gotta stop the project before Gato kills us. I got a baby girl on the way, man.
Nigga, fuck your baby. My daughter. Your daughter, nigga, fuck that bitch.
And it also seems that Tazuna was not lying about the country having no emotion for him. Because not once have I seen a nigga with waves, no cash money being spread. Shit, they probably ain't even got no crack to smoke, just high on starvation. It's looking worse than Iraq in the 2000s. While the gang are having dinner, Sakura notices a picture framed on the wall with a missing piece and asks about it since she noticed Inari looking at it, Inari being the grandson of Tazuna. As it happens to turn out, the man missing from the picture was none other than his step-pops, Kaizen, a renowned hero of the country who once saved the whole district from being consumed due to a broken river dam and made it his goal to protect the country, including Inari with his two arms. Everyone lived together in harmony. Then everything changed when Satan's greatest soldier himself came to the country and wreaked havoc, who had his goons torture the motherfucker before slaying his ass in front of everyone, including his own son, for being an upstanding civilian. All this just so they can make an example out of bro, so they can mentally castrate the civilians, allowing bro to take over and maintain control of the island's economy. Yeah, as I'm rewatching this, I have concluded that there's a more detestable character out there than Danzo, because this nigga is a Sukuna level threat. Anyways, the gang are worried about Naruto as they went out to train overnight and still hasn't made it back, so Sasuke headed out to go look for him. Meanwhile, whilst bro is laid out cold like a junkie from overtraining, I'm guessing the backstory hit the nigga in the fuse. Coincidentally, Haku just happened to be lurking around gathering medicinal herbs for Zabuza. But instead of choosing violence, the motherfucker was like, nah, I'm off clock. I ain't getting paid for this shit. And wakes this careless nigga up. And Fanboy got bro blushing and shit, thinking he just bagged himself a bad bitch with a super soaker, not knowing he's straight out of Bangkok. By the way, I'm a ladyboy, stupid ass nigga. And Naruto's like, ain't no shame in my game. There's a man in woman. Same way there's a lady in ladyboy.
Come on, Crouchy Tiger, don't hide that dragon.
And all I have to say to that is,
Oh, nigga, you gay.
yeah, I'm having way too much fun with this video. It's now evening time, and to signify gaining his strength back, Kishimoto really had Zabuza crush a 50 cents worth of apple. Don't ask me how I know the price. These are powers that come along with being broke. Whilst that's going on, Sasuke and Naruto both have reached the top of the trees just in time for dinner, where we get to see the beginning of their bromance unfold. Suddenly, this Inari kid throws a tantrum, telling them that their hard work is for nothing, seeing that it's impossible to defeat Gato. Now if I was Naruto, I would have spat a fat loogie on this kid's head. Like, shut the fuck up, little nigga. You must not know that you're talking to an orphan. He was avoided by everyone like he had a goddamn cheese touch. Kakashi made sure to let him know not to take his words personal, as it comes from a relatable place. So instead of comparing the chocolate-less dad to the MC, have some faith in bro. Fast forward, Team 7, minus Naruto due to exhausting himself, pull up to the bridge to guard Tazuna for the day, just for the workers all to be laid out upon arrival. Then the thick mist appears and Kakashi's like, I know it ain't who I think it is. Oh yes it is indeed, the cow print wearing Freakazoid along with his bottom biatch. Zabuza immediately gets to talking his shit like, oh, you still brought those little kids with you, huh? Look at bro, he's still shaking in his boots. Not knowing bro is actually itching like a crack fiend to fight since he has leveled up, and proceeds to slice and dice his clones up like it's a game of Fruit Ninja. They all start to give bro props for beating the clones that had 1/10 of Zabuza's strength. Sasuke starts talking his shit toward Femboy, then Femboy charges towards Sasuke like the Tasmanian devil just for Sasuke to block the attack. Haku tells him to throw in the white towel before he leaves him in the Yamcha position. But you already know the Trigger Boy isn't going for that. Haku ends up hitting the one-handed signs at lightning speed. Even had my guy Kakashi perplexed, and he's been putting in work since he was in diapers. If that ain't cute to throw in the towel, then I don't know what is. However, by building up enough chakra, Sasuke managed to amplify his Uchiha and dodge the jutsu. Then he throws shurikens to distract him, just the instant transmission behind him and hits him with a swing that gets blocked. But with his other hand, throws a kunai, forcing Haku to duck.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Punk kicked the shit out of Femboy like his own man Randy Orton. Kakashi starts hyping his squad up, talking about, yeah, we like that. However, this card print wearing demon begins letting out his stereotypical villain laugh, completely unbothered by everything. So you already know, this time Haku's about to fuck some shit up for real. He's my favorite artist, emo boy. I don't know. Taylor Swift? Wrong answer. It's Gucci Mane.
Shout out my nigga Gucci.
Bro proceeds to whip out his ult, consisting of a bunch of mirrors, trapping Sasuke right in the middle. Kakashi's spider senses are tingling, and you know he's thinking Sasuke is cooked if he don't intervene, so he starts running towards there. However, Zabuza hasn't forgotten about the violation he faced at the hands of this colonizer, so you already know he's on timing. Anyways, Haku's fucking some shit up for real this time, hitting Sasuke with needles from all directions. And this is why I always say, save the shit talk for after you've won, for your ass ends up like this Uchiga boy who's currently getting his ass handed to him. Sakura cannot stand to see her crush getting a beatdown, so she abandons God in Kazuma just for her to throw a kunai, not knowing that she'd have a better chance hurting the nigga by throwing a little boobie at him. Meanwhile, Naruto, who has been busy saving Kazuma's family from Gato's henchmen, sneaks in a shuriken attack to knock Haku off his feet, only for bro to reveal himself in one of the coldest ways in history. Is what I would say if I wore a helmet to school. Because why the fuck are you pulling up with all that smoke looking like you just exited the Snoop Dogg hotbox? Absolutely violating the essence of being a ninja. Like, give me your headband, bro. I said, give me your headband. You're not cut out for this child soldier lifestyle. Then rather than staying on the outside of the jutsu to safely analyze Haku's technique, this brain-dead ass nigga serves himself on a silver platter so that fanboy can feast on these barbecue chickens. Yeah, I see why Kakashi benches ass for the day. Then Sasuke gets a genius idea to hit the ice mirrors with a fireball, just for it to not have enough melting power. Had bro panicking, telling himself, Wallahi, we're finished. After proceeding to give these boys a little spanking, Haku explains that his overpowered technique is a teleportation jutsu that uses mirrors that can only reflect his image, which explains why they keep getting hit from all directions. Then this colonizer starts realizing that it's a Kekkei Genkai, and has the nerve to explain what it is by using, and I quote, his Sharingan as an example. Yo, this nigga is the Christopher Columbus of stealing jutsu. I'm starting to rethink this colonizer being in my starting lineup. I don't think Dr. Uma would be happy with me. Just when you think Naruto's morale was down, bro goes on to say how he can't die yet cause he has dreams to fulfill. Likewise, Haku has dreams of protecting Zabuza. Then bro gives him a final chance before flipping the switch, turning into a shinobi, aka a stone cold killer. Kakashi concludes that there's no way in hell Naruto and Sasuke can defeat Haku due to Zabuza having groomed him into becoming his personal child soldier on some African warlord type shit. So Kakashi's only hope is to make Zabuza tap out before they end up with more needles in them than a heroin addict. And as both of them continue to face off, Zabuza lets him know that thanks to Haku, he was observing their last fight, he has come up with counterattacks for their Sharingan before disappearing into the mist like me when she sends down latex. Why am I lying? I get no bitches, bro. So would you be so kind and change a broke bitchless nigga's life by hitting that subscribe button? Anyways, bro's in the same type of timing as Toph as he ends up fighting Kakashi blind to prevent him from casting a Genjutsu, purely relying on sound to guide him. Whilst that's going on, Sasuke is starting to see through Haku's moves, even managing to graze a piece of his clothing with the Uchiga signature, leaving Haku absolutely shocked. They try the little tactic once more, just for Haku to majestically dodge and counter with a needle to Sasuke's shoulder and a super kick to Naruto. But since the third time is a charm, they go again. But Haku says, nah, fuck that, and hits them with a shower of needles. Ref, please do something! They're looking more helpless than CM Punk in the octagon. Meanwhile, Kakashi is sweating bricks, not knowing what direction Zabuza is going to come from to give those back shots again. But instead, this demon spawns right behind Tazuna, swinging his Dragon Slayer, trying to leave bro looking like Yamamoto, just for Kakashi to make it in the nick of time, getting sliced as a result. Bro begins talking shit, telling them that Naruto and Sasuke are cooked. But unbeknownst to Zabuza, Sasuke is an Uchiga boy, and once Kakashi drops his bomb, Zabuza starts to look like he had just seen a ghost, but quickly shrugs it off as Haku is allegedly undefeated. Whilst all of that was happening, Naruto has completely exhausted himself from all the shadow clones. And in addition to all the needles he's taken, yeah, let's just say bro's on a different planet right now. leaving Sasuke to fight on his own whilst guarding him simultaneously. Throughout the fight, Sasuke has been adapting to Haku's speed, leaving Haku incredibly confused. So let me school you, femboy. This is what I would like to call the Uchiga beast. When an Uchiga is knocking on death's door, he levels up to put up a generational performance. Anyways, Haku decides to turn it up a little by attempting to mess with his senses so that he can't read his attacks, just for him to end up unlocking the Sharingan and saving Naruto's ass. And I think it's fair to say that all of you guys should be thanking Sasuke, cause if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have the greatest piece of fiction, and I'm of course talking about none other than Boruto. Haku's running out of chakra and must end this quick, so he baits Sasuke into taking a bunch of needles by targeting Naruto, just for this nigga Sasuke to turn into the Hulk and swing this femboy across the map, right before him and Naruto have their tragic heart-to-heart. Hey, Naruto, I think this femboy made me shit myself, bro. Oh man, I should have told him that my milk was expired. Stay still or else you're gonna bleed out. Even though my hate towards you was stronger than Indian's immune system, would you please be a real nigga and keep this between us? Say less, bro. I got you. Haku starts giving him props, telling him how he went out like a true child soldier, even though he shitted on himself. But all Naruto heard was,
You's a bitch-ass nigga.
so bro starts crashing out, letting loose with a 9-tailed demon. Got everyone shivering in their sandals. Oh man, I hope you don't remember the time I meek know this beauty hole, or else I'm cooked. Bro really flipped the script on these dudes. Imagine being Zabuza and Haku, thinking you're finding some bum-ass kids, and one of them turns out to be the least very own red button, emo boy being an Uchiga boy, and the final one being Sakura. Don't sleep on her cause, well, you might fuck around and get bit to death. Anyways, Naruto charges towards Haku, then bro tries to counter with a needle just for the 9-tailed chakra to repel the attack. So Haku attempts to throw even more needles, cause yeah sure, that's gonna do the job. Man, at least lace that shit with the Ebola virus or something, have his ass wake up coughing like this. So to no surprise, bro eats the attack again, then proceeds to run towards him, breaking one of the crystal ice mirrors in the process, just for Haku to try to sneak attack by coming out one of the fragments. However, bro weaves the attack by hitting a 1080 side spin right before grabbing his arm and proceeds to charge up the meanest, most devious punch in the entire series. Hit that boy with a knuckle sandwich, sending femboy flying right through the mirrors, causing the jutsu to be undone. And just when I thought he had enough, Naruto begged to differ. But it isn't until the mask fully breaks apart that Naruto hesitates as he recognizes that it's the bad bitch from earlier on. And the whole time I was out here thinking that the punch had him looking like NBA Dent Boy under the mask. But nah, Bro still out here looking majestic as hell. But that punch must have castrated bro, cause Sis starts rage baiting him into killing him. He goes on to say that Zabuza has no use for weak people, which explains his lack of will to live, seeing as he got a whooping. Naruto begins to ask why he would do that for someone like Zabuza. And of course, it wouldn't be Naruto without a tragic villain backstory that would make even the toughest of men shed some tears. Long ago, before Haku was an orphan, he lived happily with his parents. However, due to the civil war in his land, people with Keke Genkais were hated and feared. So his mother hid a Keke Genkai from Haku's father, hoping that he would never find out. And when I tell you this shit gets wicked, it really does. Cause his mother really smacked the dog shit out of him for inheriting her genes. As if it wasn't her thirst for some cock that caused this. You could have just stayed single, or at least became a passport sis to live a normal life. Eventually, Haku's father found out about the Keke Genkai, proceeding to kill his mother, then attempts to kill Haku just to get rolled up into the fattest blunt. Haku, now all alone, stumbles upon Zabuza, the only person in this world who gave him a purpose. In other words, becoming his personal child soldier. And now back to the present time, feeling purposeless again, Haku wants Naruto to end his life. Meanwhile, Kakashi is rushing to end things, so he summons his dog niggas to go locate Zabuza in this thick mist by using his own blood that's on Zabuza's blade to allow the dogs to locate him. I mean, why else do you think he allowed himself to get sliced earlier on? Come on bro, lock in. But hold the fuck on for a minute. Are you guys seeing that big ass monster on Zabuza's back? Yeah, they must be feeding bro all types of trembolone sandwiches. This be the type of monsters dog owners will have the nerve to tell you not to worry about. Oh, don't worry, Cupcake wouldn't hurt a fly, hehe. Yeah, I bet his last name is Sweetheart as well. Then Kakashi proceeds to drop some slight lore about Zabuza. Turns out, bro failed assassinated the Mizukage and started a coup. So he started a GoFundMe to fund his next attack on his village, and started putting in work for Gato to receive some shelter from the tracker ninjas. Then the colonizer finally starts charging up at Kakashi Original, aka the Chidori. But Haku's spidey senses start to tingle, and he quickly instant transmissions there, just in the nick of time, managing to die protecting Zabuza, which was his only purpose as a shinobi. The two continue squabbling, and all I have to say is this bum-ass nigga is running Haku's name through the mud. He really sacrificed himself just for Kakashi Columbus Graham to hit him with a pinned backhand, back to back like he's Jordan 96-97. Then instant transmissions behind him with his hand around his neck. Now this is what I would like to call payback for the backshots bro received in their last fight. And as Kakashi is about to send into West Satan and Sadamara, bro swings his big ass sword backwards with his Gunin arm, just for Kakashi to take out his only remaining arm. Then none other than Satan's greatest soldier pulls up with his goons, ready to eviscerate Zabuza, as they feel he ain't worth the prize anymore. Which pretty much puts an end to Zabuza's reason to continue with his mission. So this is the max of your capabilities, Zabuza. Demon of the mist my ass. You ain't bad, you ain't nothing. Then this creature waddles over to Haku's corpse and goes, "Hey, fanboy, wake up, sleepy time is over, motherfucker." And boy oh boy does this shit aggravate Naruto into the talk no duty of death, where bro lets Zabuza know that he's cold-hearted for not intervening and not reciprocating the same love Haku had for him. And this next scene had me like Kodak in that one music video, bro. Cause it turns out bro felt that shit and proceeded to drop one of the most iconic lines in the entire series. "Your words cut deep, deeper than any blade." Finally expressing a bit of humanity, proving to Naruto that he was just a product of this cold shinobi world. Also letting him know that Haku was too pure to be a child soldier, which is why, surprise surprise, he didn't actually kill Sasuke for real, as he was holding back the entire time. Then bro locks in and asks Naruto to throw him a kunai, which he catches with his mouth, before blessing us with the coldest final moments of any villain in the show. Zabuza proceeds to zoom through all of these bums, putting up a more generational performance with his mouth than Tiana Chum, before finally reaching this piece of shit gremlin he's starting to realize why they call him the Demon of the Mist. Zabuza then stabs him in the chest, before proceeding to take 9 swords to the back, just for bro to eat that shit up like he's a medieval 50 Cent. But instead of this motherfucker rebuking this demon, he's still talking shit, telling him that there's no need to be in rush to meet his child soldier in the afterlife. Then bro delivers one of the coldest lines ever uttered, telling him that he doesn't intend to go to heaven with the goody goodies, shout out Biggie, but rather he's gonna drag this piece of shit to hell along with him. Right before beheading him, ISIS style. Is what I would've wished it happened in the anime if it wasn't for censorship. Matter of fact, I would've loved to pay my entire life savings to see him get the Ken Kaneki treatment before getting killed. But instead, the anime decided to have him get fruit ninja before falling off the bridge, providing us with a less fulfilling ending. However, the goons just lost their source of income, so they're looking to hit a lick on the entire island. Just for Inari, he was busy growing a pair of cojones to show up with a squad, somehow motivating Kakashi, who can barely even stand up, to divide what little bit of chakra he has left between all of those clones? Yeah, Kishimoto, you owe us an explanation for how he didn't die. Anyways, this shit scares these bums away, having us skedaddle towards their boat. Then a dying Zabuza asks Kakashi for a favor, which is to be able to lay next to his child soldier's corpse, being there for him in his last moments, the same way Haku was there for him till the end. A beautiful ending to one of the greatest villains in this show. Anyways, the scene transitions to Team 7 as Zabuza and Haku's burial site, discussing what it means to be a shinobi, which has been the overarching theme of this entire arc. And with the aid of Kakashi's words and experience in Haku and Zabuza's ideologies, this is where we finally witness Naruto find his ninja way of never giving up and leading a life of no regrets. So y'all telling me John Cena stole his whole flow? Bar for bar? Damn bro, I didn't know bro knew ball like that bro. My bad Mr. 17 times world champ, I wasn't familiar with your game. Upon completion of the bridge, the gang made their way home after completing a C rank mission disguised as an A rank. And I'm not gonna lie, I am not satisfied with the ending at all. Because not once have I seen Tazula get jumped or at least get hit with a backhand for nearly getting them killed. You would have thought they were all hit with a pen flash the way these niggas just shrugged off his big fat lie. Anyways, they ended up naming the bridge after Naruto, seeing as he's the main reason that the country is gonna have some motion now, due to giving Inari the courage to fight back which he went on to pass on to the other citizens. Finally, allowing all of them to hit them clean ass money spreads, giving them all their happy endings. Yeah, this was a long ass video that took a lot of time to make. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this and even be so kind to suggest some ideas in the comments. And if you made it all the way to the end,
Come on, nigga.